Chicago.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know. You're doing something right.
They were ready to roll right through the tip. There was no warm-up period. It was only let's. Do this.
And so it's Chicago, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Bulls.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively.
Los Angeles shooting their fourth and fifth shots at the foul line in the game.
Taking 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
And you know, few guys play their role better than Bogdanović. And by that, I mean he's often exceeding expectations and giving his squad more than they asked for. And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Here's Giddey. Oh, and he just knocked down. Buzzer beater.
That's a shot in the arm going into half. Anytime you want to finish.
And we finished one half of basketball. Bulls lead by 13. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shots. Give me a beat. They're thinking about the shot. You almost had it. Give it up for the participants.
Welcome, everybody. The story at the half could be summed up as a dominating performance for the Chicago Bulls.
I've got to admit, even when these guys are covered, they make the shots.
Yeah, you like to say close out on the shooters, make them earn their points inside. But even if that were tried, I don't think it would play out that way.
Moving on to our next topic, All-Star voting. A peek at the latest returns.
I've got a good idea of who I want to see make the cut. So far, these results are close, but I know what I'm thinking. It's right there, Shaq.
That's why this is a democracy, Kenny. One person doesn't get to choose.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You have to like what you're seeing, guys, from Josh Giddey.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
And let's see if the D adjusts, make life a little more difficult on him.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here's Harden. Harden finishing inside.
Hard to imagine them. Losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
They've got Smith. Buzelis out there with Kevin Huerter. Then it's Jones. And it's Giddey in at the 2-guard spot. So that's the 5. the game for Chicago. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
And they're also finding a good deal of their points off turnovers tonight. Seems like every time they come up with an extra possession, they find a way to convert.
He was all alone on that one.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
If he has space in the mid-range, he'll let it fly. Doesn't matter if the score is tied or they are up big.
Smith with a screen on Hart. Count that bucket.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Pass to Dunn. Three-pointer. Lopez, no up. And he uses the glass on the layup. Lopez has got 14 points now in the second half.
And really an effective scorer from day one in the association. Lopez's ability to adapt has really kept him relevant.
Jones kicks to Giddey. To the wing on the left, from outside the arc. And there's Buzelis on the assist. From Giddey.
And Buzelis continues to work on improving his three ball. When he's hitting from there, everything else becomes. Easier.
He notched one deep ball in the first half, but you start to get the feeling he's finding his rhythm out there now.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now.
It's time for your Chicago Lovables.
Chicago ends up going with the new group. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Lopez. Jones comes in for John Collins. And it's Bogdan Bogdanovic in for Dunn. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey guys, Billy Donovan was just reviewing the plan with his team. They took a laid-back approach to the huddle, telling the team, everyone thinks this game is over, so just go out there and let it rip. Let's see what we can do. And I think the players love that message.
Thank you, Allen.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Outside Bogdanovich. Back to Harden. Oh, look at Harden climbing.
Look at those handles. Look at James Harden getting crafty with the ball, mixing up the defender.
White against Bogdanovich. White looking around. Another three for Chicago.
Defense. They just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Ball's knocked loose. The three from Harden. Kept alive. Jones. Vucevic with the block.
Powerful swat by Vuce, showing how effective he can be on D.
Here's T. Pass to White. Shot clock at 5. Sweet move, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Los Angeles leading by 11. Harden the pass to Leonard. Zubats with the screen for Leonard. Leonard lets it rip from 3.
This is how dominant Leonard can be. And once he finds his comfort zone, he keeps his foot on the gas.
Bogdanovich against White. Over Bogdanovich. It's Chicago with another bucket. And it doesn't seem like the analytics folks are often fans of the mid-range jumper. But Richard, where do you stand on that?
Well, I think great players have to use the mid-range jumper because most teams are protecting the paint and the three-point line. So for the best players, the shot creators, the guys that need to score buckets, they've got to have an in-between game.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play. Then the emphatic stuff.
Yeah, once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Bogdanovich, know what?
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack. A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Here's Harden. Stolen. Pass to Dosunmu. 2 points. That one goes. And now just a 4-point Clipper lead.
And such a... A huge play, guys. I mean, that's a 4-point swing, possibly. Tremendous steal and conversion right there.
So for the Bulls, Buzelis is checked in. In for Patrick Williams, and Josh Giddey subbed in for T. Harden against Giddey. Fires the three. Easy money, James Harden.
And here in the fourth, he's carrying this team right now. 5 of 7 from the field.
Pick by Vucevic. White. And that one drops. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Just 4 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that huddle?
And I'm sure the coach is telling them it ain't over till it's over. But I don't know.
Let's hear it for you. Substitution on the court.
Collins fires. That one goes. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
So now, let's send it over to the sideline where Allie LaForce is standing by with our player of the game.
James, this team seems to be clicking. What's been the key lately?
We're just more aggressive. Guys are getting it, and we're playing much harder. It's a good win for us. Continue to build and continue to keep our swag up. Great team effort for us.
It's up to you to keep them aggressive. Congrats on the win.
Good stuff, Allie. Thanks. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us on this presentation from 2K Sports. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, James Harden.